Good morning, everybody. It is day 22 on the AT, and I am coming off of Bluff Mountain. Had a really good night's sleep last night, but boy, it was really windy. It was a very windy night. I don't know what the winds were gusting up to. I had like my 5th day in a row of no cell phone signal at the shelter. But so not really sure what the exact weather conditions were at the time in terms of wind speed, but it was gusting. But still slept warm. It was a good night. Had a early start today. Again, got up before the sun. I think I was out walking by 6 a.m. this morning. I've got about 3.5 miles in so far today. On my way to Hot Springs, North Carolina, and I'm actually excited for a couple reasons. One, Hot Springs is the first trail town that I'm coming to where the AT passes directly through the town. Now, I've been to, Clayton, Georgia, and I've been to Franklin, North Carolina, and while they are recognized trail towns, this is the first one where the trail actually goes right through the town. So it's going to be kind of neat to see. I am staying at the hostel of the Laughing Heart, or Laughing Heart Hostel. At least that's where my reservation is. As I navigate a blowdown in the middle of the trail. There we go. There it was. Not a big one. So, yeah, when I get to Hot Springs, I will try to capture some images of the town itself. And in the meantime, it's a 12-mile walk today, mostly downhill. Bluff Mountain was my only big climb today. And I've already knocked that out. So a lot of this is downhill today. There will be some short uphills because it's not all downhill, but for the most part, that elevation profile, that's what it's going to present us. So with any luck, I'll be in Hot Springs by lunch, and it'll be a nice day. Little glimmer of a sunrise today. Oh, a deer. Just missed it. I saw its little tail. He's gone. So today's turned out to be a really pretty day. The sun is really shining. You can't really tell right now, I'm in the shade. But yeah, it's gonna be a nice sunny day. Really has been a lot of ups and downs. Not a ton of views, but I do call it pretty. I would describe today as a walk in the woods. The trail hasn't been overly difficult at this point. There's just some gradual elevation and mostly downhills, but now we're just kind of like doing a little ridge walk. We got about 4 more miles to go. Got about 2 miles or so of ridge walking, up and downs, and then a pretty steep downhill into Hot Springs. I'll see you then. There's our first glimpses of Hot Springs through the trees. About a mile away. we are. Hostel at Laughing Heart Lodge. So this is where I'm staying tonight. They've got a couple restrooms, and my room is right in here. Private room, twin bed. It's gonna be a good place to recover. Lots of charging, that is good. And I'm in the same building as Wi-Fi, so yay. Morning, everybody. It is day 23 on the AT. It's a 0 day. Before I head downtown into Hot Springs for some breakfast, I thought I'd give everybody a quick tour of the Hostel at Laughing Heart Lodge. It's a really nice place. Slept comfortably last night. The staff, management are all just great, very accommodating. And I'll tell you, for the price, you probably can't beat the accommodations. So let's just do a quick tour. So immediately once you come off the trail, heading northbound, you are met by the Hostel at Laughing Heart Lodge. They've got great services. You know, they have laundry facilities, just what you expect. Laundry detergent and everything is provided. When you come in, they have obviously a employees area, but I'm not going to walk through the lodging just because for everyone's privacy. But you know, inside the lodging, that's where there's individual rooms, the bunk rooms and everything are in there. That's where I'm staying. They do have a kitchen with hot plates, so if you wanted to cook something, they actually have a pretty good pantry of free things that you can actually use to either snack on or make for yourself. When you come through the area, there's a really nice outdoor lounge area. They have accommodations for tent campers, picnic tables to lounge in the sun. They have a nice little grill pit and fire pit for in the evenings. The lodge itself is across the courtyard, if you will. There are larger private rooms with private baths over there that are a little bit steeper in cost. You know, to put it in comparison, my private twin bed room was $40 for the night, and those rooms over there with the private baths are a little bit more luxurious, and they're upwards of about $140 per night. While you're here, if there's ever snacks or anything that you want, they have a honor refrigerator. So similar to other hostels, if you want anything frozen to heat up in a microwave or anything cold to drink, it's an honor system. You tally up your purchases, and then they square it up on your bill at the end of the day. It's a nice little place. Good group of backpackers. Nothing but positive comments or positive remarks for this. There are other options within Hot Springs that I do know of, but I can't recommend this place enough. Just really a great stay. Got one more night here, really looking forward to it. Anyway, Laughing Heart Hostel. So heading northbound, coming off the AT, if you decided to either not stay at the Hostel at Laughing Heart Lodge or the lodge itself, wanted to go downtown or just wanted to bypass it altogether, you would actually come directly from the AT, bypass the Laughing Heart Lodge, and continue on through the trail as it passes through the town. I'm on my way to breakfast this morning, and so let's go ahead and do a little quick tour of the town as we head to find breakfast. A few little nice steps coming off of the hill. Little small trail for about 100 feet or so, and then the trail takes you down to the sidewalk of the city. So right when you come off the trail, it's just a quick little left-hand turn to continue northbound. One thing I thought was really cool is there's no white blazes in Hot Springs, but they do have these AT markers on the sidewalk, so it is very apparent where the trail is as it passes through the town. Hot Springs is very walkable. It's about 0.4 miles from one end of the town to the other end of the town. It is a very small, rural North Carolina town, but it's pretty quaint. Got to meet some locals last night during dinner, you know, the staff at the restaurants where I ate at the diner and at the tavern. Everybody was very friendly. Yeah, neat little town. As you come into the town, there is the diner. It is closed on Sundays. Today is Sunday, so unfortunately I won't be having breakfast there, but I did have lunch there yesterday. Had a BLT with fried green tomatoes on it. Large portions, really nice place, reasonable prices. Right next to the diner, there's a Dollar General, which is a decent place to resupply. I did buy some things in there yesterday, but actually there's a different place that I would recommend that anybody hiking through Hot Springs would try first, and that is the Hillbilly Market and Deli. It is literally right across from the Dollar General. So you'll see the Dollar General, a little rock wall. Actually, it's a line of barriers. But if you go around those barriers, you'll see a little red building right next to it, which is the Hillbilly Market and Deli. Very nice resupply, so you can actually get some fresh produce and stuff like that in there. But they also had some really good, reasonable hiker resupply items. Boxes of oatmeal that are open, so you can buy individual packets. Individual packets of carnation, individual bars versus buying whole boxes. For limited resupply, small items that you might need, I would recommend that you try the Hillbilly Market first, and then if you can't find it there, heading over to the Dollar General. So there are a couple of other, options for lodging right inside the little town. There's the Alpine Court, which is a motel of sorts, just down from the Hillbilly Market, only a couple 100 feet. On the left-hand side, there's the post office, and then as you come up to the railroad tracks, there's actually a tavern, restaurant, and an outfitter. Post office is right across from the Hot Springs Welcome Center. Little hardware store. And then as you cross a little bridge, this is Spring Creek, which to me is a small river. Nice looking creek. But right next to that is the Spring Creek Tavern, which is where I had dinner last night. Blue Mountain Outfitters right across the street. There's a Creekwater Inn. There's a nice little place here called Iron Horse Station, and we're going into the Artisan Gallery and Marketplace this morning. Try to grab some coffee and maybe a little breakfast. Well, everybody, that about does it for our little tour of Hot Springs. It's a nice little town. Some interesting options for meals during the day. You have to be flexible depending on the day of the week. The restaurants actually have an agreement so that they are actually closed a couple days throughout the week, but they have an agreement so that there's at least one restaurant open every day, which is kind of interesting. It's a small, quaint little town, good resupply town, definitely a trail town. Everyone is very aware of the backpackers that come through and the draw of the Appalachian Trail. So all in all, great stop. Thanks everybody. I'm gonna close with this, and I will look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow as I head back out onto the trail. Have a great day. I'm Briggs.